Hi ladies, it's Karen. I come to you with my finished Shabby Chic Birdie mini album. This was going to be a Valentine's album, but what I decided to do was make it a everyday love mini album for my mother. But I used the same papers that I mentioned I was going to use. I used the K&Co Valentine Sweetheart papers, and it's made out of the chipboard, the Birdie chipboard mini album that Lydia had given to me. I used seam binding to bind it, and I dyed it and hand crinkled it. I dyed it using my Lindy's. I put a couple of charms on here for my mother. I used, this might be tricky. I put this little pink resin heart charm. I added a bird cage and a bird charm here for her. So, for the cover, what I did was I used, this is some of that vintage lace that Lisa had given me in my vintage rack. This lace here, and it's so pretty. And this pink rickrack here is also from Lisa. This pink heart is from Lydia, from the Valentine kit that she gave me. Thank you so much, Lydia. And the little white bow I received from Cassie. I used a lot of things in here that people had given me in racks or swaps, which was really great because I'm going through my stash, you know. So I titled it Everyday Memories, and this is a sticker from a sentiment, from a sticker sheet that had a bunch of sentiments on it, and I just backed it on cardstock, and then I put it on this ribbon to make it look like a banner. This frame is from the Melody Ross chipboard frames, and I had gotten this a while back from I think it's fabric.com. So I painted it, and then I painted it white with acrylic paint, and I tried to do use a crackle medium on it, but I don't know if my crackle medium is old or what happened. It didn't really crackle, but it looks kind of cool though. This is a little flower from Dollar Spot at Michael's. That's a heart that I had punched out of glitter paper. These are the little flower centers that I had gotten from Saw at Saw Crafters. I think this is because I think Cassie had given me these flowers. All the flowers in here are either I Am Roses or Wild Orchid Crafts, and I can't remember which is which. So at any rate, I sprayed it all with scintillating silver. There's a little butterfly button here that I had gotten from Creating is Fun, and I added some bling. So that's the cover. I thought it came out really sweet. This image here is one of the images that Debbie had sent me the other day from the Netherlands, which I just think it's a cool sentiment, or a cool image, and I think it was appropriate for this mini album because this mini album is pictures of my sister and I. My mother's always mentioning how she doesn't have any pictures of my sister and I. So I put together this mini album using pictures of me and my sister and my mother. So I thought that image was perfect for this particular album. And I titled it Everyday Memories, which I thought was appropriate as well. So the first page, and it's a little chunky, but I think it's going to be fine because I think it'll be able to stand on her mantle. I was playing with it before and I got it to stand, so I think she'll like it. Anyway, the first page is this, I used some Recollections bling. This burlap here, you know, at Hobby Lobby they have the artist trading card stuff, and they have like burlap pieces that are cut down to artist trading card sizes. So I had a pack of that, so I didn't have to cut it down or anything. It was a perfect size for the photo, so that's what that is. And I had gone over it with Tim Holtz white stain, distress stain, and it looked real white at first, but as it dried it kind of, you can't tell anymore. But I just like the texture of it. So these are Recollections flowers from the Dollar Spot, and that's a Recollections resin. And this, I put some skeleton leaves behind here to make it seem like feathers. And I got that idea from Patricia. She's a YouTube master on YouTube, and she had done a duckling mini album, and it came out super sweet. Y'all should really check it out. It is so cute. And anyway, she did that, put feathers and stuff on this side of her duckling to make it look like feathers. So that's what I did there. Little heart bling. I believe I got this from Letty. And then the next page, this is some white corrugated board that I got at Michael's, and I stained it using my whatever the burlap Tim Holtz stain is called. I forgot, frayed burlap. So I went over it a little bit with the frayed burlap, and I used it as a photo mat. I used some pink Recollections bling. I used that tiny lace that I like so much from Hobby Lobby around here, and then I edged it again with some other kind of trim from Hobby Lobby. These are ribbon flowers. I added a couple of feathers here, up here. This butterfly I received from Lydia. Thank you so much, Lydia. It's the perfect size. I'm sorry if I keep bumping the camera. The tripod's right here. This little puffy heart was one of the hearts in the Valentine kit that Lydia gave me. And I went over a lot of this stuff with, you know, scintillating silver. And on this page, this is, remember the other day I received a bunch of lace from Jenny, from Scrappin' Jenny. Thank you so much, Jenny. I used some of your lace in here. And I used this lace, that wide lace that she had given me, and I used it as a pocket. And what I did was I adhered it to a piece of acetate, a sheet of acetate that I had gotten from Hobby Lobby, and I cut the acetate to size for the bottom section of the bird. Then I ran the acetate through my Xyron. Then I adhered the ribbon, and then I cut it to size. So it looks, you know, it looks like just the ribbon is the pocket, but there's actually acetate underneath there. So it worked out really well. I went around it with this pom-pom fringe and added these little Dollar Spot roses, which are really sweet. I added this ribbon flower here, and these little heart brads. I cut off the prongs. I cut off the prongs, and I just put the hearts there. I received those from Lydia. And I just made some tags to put some pictures. And these are all these things are from Sock Crafters. So that's my mom and my sister, and there's room on the back for journaling. You could journal on this pattern paper. It'll still show up. And another puffy heart from Lydia. There's another picture of the three of us, and this is a I believe it's I Am Roses. I'm not sure. And then could journal on the back. I didn't do any stamping on the back because I figured my mom would want to write some things down, or she might want me to write some things down. And then she liked this picture of me, so I included it in the album. And Still more room for journaling, and another puffy heart from Lydia. So even though it's not like a Valentine album, I was able to use all my love-themed stuff. So then the next page, whoopsies. There we go. Okay, so this next page, I thought came out really sweet. I added some of this lace, and if you see in the detail of this lace, there's little hearts, and I got that from Joann's. I added the centers from Sock Crafters. I took the mini bird cage die, and I did the same thing that I did in my other Valentine mini. I formed it, and then adhered it here and here, you know, to make it look more like a cage. And I painted it using this Martha Stewart pearl rose color, and this is really sweet paint. It really comes out really quite nice. So if you can tell that it leaves a shimmer, a pearlized shimmer there. I cut off the prongs off of the dove because it was a brad, and I put it on the outside of the cage there. That's a Recollections heart, glittery heart there. And this photo mat here is actually sticky back canvas. I have a pack of it. It's used for artist trading cards, so they're all cut down, you know, wallet size. So what I did was I painted it. I painted it with this Martha Stewart paint, and then I went over it with I believe I went over it with frayed burlap or vintage photo. I think vintage photo, and you know, stained it, and that's how it came out. And it's self-adhesive, which was really nice. And so I like the texture of that. And then the next page is this. This is another frame that I used from the Melody Ross frames here. I used my crackle paint, or my crackle medium again, and it worked out a little bit better on this particular chipboard piece. This is a doily that I received from Lydia, and I treated it with some Lindy's spray, but then I didn't like that color, so then I painted it with the same pink pearlized paint. These are Recollections flower, a little bow that you could get at Michael's or Joann's in the wedding section. This here is a little piece of trim I got from Lydia, and this right here is a piece of a trim. It's actually a whole ribbon that repeats that flower pattern, and I just snipped a piece off. So these frames are great because they're you know, perfect size for wallet size photos. And Recollections bling. Then the next page, I like this page because I was able to use that image that I received from Debbie. Remember that image that I really liked, her? I really love that image. So I added, you know, all these flowers. This is I believe it's Wild Orchid Crafts, but it was white and I didn't have any pink flowers, so I painted it with that Martha Stewart pearlized paint, and it came out really, really nice, and it made it, you know, more hard and sturdy. I added a couple of pearls here. This is a ceramic lily that I forgot where I got it, probably at the wedding section. It's another tiny flower that I painted with the pink pearlized paint. And this is another I Am Roses, but I sprayed it with my Lindy's Stamp Gang to get that color. And then this belly band here is the vintage ribbon that Jenny from Scrappin' Jenny gave me the other day. I love it, Jenny. Thank you so much for sending it. I made a little belly band out of it, and then I adhered this little button, a vintage looking button. And then I put some tags in here, you know, just more pictures of my sister and I for my mom. And then I didn't do anything on the back. There's another puffy heart from Lydia. More room for journaling. So I thought it just came out really super sweet. I just love that image. I'm so glad I was able to use it. On the next page, is this. This is that ribbon that I had picked up, that trim, lace trim that I'd gotten from Walmart. And I went over it with this dainty lace that I believe I got from Saba at Suha Fuha. I used another burlap piece, but this time I painted it with acrylic paint, which worked out a lot better. And then I sprayed it with the scintillating silver. For this dress form, this is fabric covering the dress form, and I adhered it with my Claudine Helmuth's, you know, that gel medium stuff, and then I went over it again with it, and then this is a little rose from For the Love of Art, and then after it was adhered, I went over it real lightly with acrylic paint just to give it like a washed kind of look. I didn't want it to overpower, you know, the photo. And then this huge flower is from Cassie. I love it, Cassie. Thank you so much. It was the perfect color. So I just sprayed it with scintillating silver. Here's one of my butterflies from the expo. I added some feathers behind here, some white feathers, and a little ribbon rose. So I really like the way that this page came out. I just love the texture of the burlap and the feathers and stuff. And then the last page is this. I purchased this trim. It's like a cotton eyelet trim at Joann's. Let's see. At Joann's. Let's see if there we go. And then I went over it with this white pleated trim that I had gotten at Hobby Lobby at some point. This is from Joann's as well, and I put a little Recollections pink resin flower inside. That little gold lily there with the pearl in the middle is a piece of jewelry that I had gotten at a thrift store. This is a bird from my Sizzix, the Tim Holtz die, and I did the same thing as I did the dress form. It's covered in fabric, and I just lightly brushed it with the acrylic paint. I made a little stick pin here, and there's a flower behind these, or a feather behind these flowers here. I made this stick pin. Another, this is from Suha Fuha. And this is on, the mat is corrugated cardboard, white corrugated cardboard that I found at Michael's. Whoops. And this bird I sprayed with my Lindy's and then went over it with the frayed burlap. This is a three-dimensional bird from my McGill punch, and I raised him on pop dots. I distressed him very slightly. So I like this page as well, and I really like that picture too. And then the back, I haven't signed it or written her, whoops, sorry. I haven't written her a note yet, but I will, and I added a little bit of bling. So I think she'll like this. Excuse me, I've shown her other things that I've made, and you know, she always says, when are you going to make something for me? And I told her I was going to make her a mini album of her and my dad, but when I started going through the pictures of my dad, I just got way too emotional. It was like too soon for me to do that project. So I did this for her. So it was a lot of fun to do. Thank you so much, Lydia, for this chipboard. I really appreciate it. I love the shape of it. So thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.